It's actually crazy the switch up that people have on you when you start to get lean, right? Um, I've been thinking about this today because I'm at work, traveling for work, and it's actually crazy some of the looks I've been getting from other guys, you know? And this hate that you get from other guys when you're lean is just so strange. And I don't know what it is. I guess it's maybe the fact that you're revealing their own insecurities to them, right? But I was, waking up, getting ready for some meetings, and, just the stares I get from men, of like disgust or almost anger sometimes are so strange. And at first when you start getting lean, you think maybe this is just in my head, like maybe I'm overthinking things, but it happens so often. It happens like at least a few times a day that you're like, what the hell, man? you know so it's just such a strange concept, such a strange phenomenon. And on the other side of things, the reactions you get from women are so positive and so different. I feel like I get just positive reactions from only women now. Women will chat you up, right? I was grabbing lunch and, I'm at a work thing, so it's kind of like a buffet style, right? You grab your plate, you start putting things on there, and this woman starts talking to me, just hey, just starts chatting me up, and we start talking about work, we start talking about other things, and eventually she's like, yeah, I'll see you around, hopefully. Um, and I'm in the elevator at another point, and women are chatting me up there. Hey, how are you? And it's just so different when you get lean, right? Society changes on you and social interactions change on you, right? Because in my old body, it was the opposite. Dudes were the chill ones, and women were very cold with me, right? And it just switches up on you. And it's such a strange dynamic. And that's how you also see who actually cares about you, who is actually on your side, because those people will treat you um, like how you were before, right? And I think that's been really awesome, right? I ran into some people I worked with, not directly that work at my company, but that I work with in different spaces, and seeing them, they treated me just like normal. And our relationship and our friendship kind of continued as normal, which is so nice, right? And that really shows you, who's on your side, right? And that's another cool thing, right? But really getting lean really reveals society to you, right? And it really shows um, who's on your side, who's not, right? And folks will compliment you, right? Wow, you've lost weight. Wow, you look great, right? But really notice the people who say nothing to you, right? The people who don't encourage you, the people who don't say anything to you, and give you no positive reaction, right? I have one person in my life in particular who has not said anything to me, right? And this is someone I'm very close with. And, you know, uh, everyone else, even when we're in the same spaces, has said something, and this person just completely ignores it, right? So, you start to notice those little things, right? And you get really good to tune into people's emotions, right? And you also become so direct, right? You're just cut through the bullshit. You look people in the eyes. You pick up on their emotions, and I don't know if that's just because of like the switch up in your physiology, right? You don't have all these hormones clouding your judgment, right? Um, and you also become just so less emotional, right? Which can sometimes that can vary with mood swings, right? Especially when you're in a deficit for a long time, and maybe you can get some mood swings and you can get a little bit more mad. But if anything, what I've experienced a lot is just sort of a numbness, right? You kind of become a little numb to things, and yeah, you become a little numb, right? So you're not as quick to react, but you pick up on people's heightened emotions, right? So it's such a weird phenomenon, when you get lean, you become so in tune with your own body that you almost start to pick up on other people's emotions, right? So, one of the weird things about getting lean is that, right? You become really in tune with how people are feeling. Um, and maybe that's because you stir something in them. Maybe that is like the less hormones you have that are sort of clouding your judgment. But it's a strange phenomenon, and it's something I've been experiencing right now that I've been traveling. So I wanted to just talk about it. I wonder, are any of y'all experiencing some of these things when you're on your journey and after you've gotten lean? It's just so weird, But anyways, y'all, hope you're doing good. Wanted to record a little something. If you like what I'm doing here, leave a like, subscribe for more. Check me out on Instagram, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.